I can't even tell you what his name is. Forgot it. Saw you for a second and I'm happy that you came my way. Don't wanna waste no time with. I finally got a microphone and I mainly use it for TikTok, but I felt like it might benefit us here on YouTube because usually my voice is kind of low. I want to talk about the books that I read in the month of February. Also talk about the books I want to read in March. I had a very ambitious reading goal if you watched my last video, and I did not accomplish it. My goal was to read all of the off-campus series by Elle Kennedy, and then also listen to all of the Beautiful Creatures books. Very ambitious for me because I am not getting through physical books lately as quickly as I used to because I get so tired at night, and that's when I'm actually able to read physical books. I am not able to read it during the day because I do have a 9 to 5, and then I eat dinner, take a bath or a shower, make sure my son is home, and then by the time I lay down, I'm so tired. So it's been taking me a little while to get through the Elle Kennedy books. I did complete Beautiful Creatures in the month of February, and I did end up liking it. It's just so long. The good news is that it was an audiobook, so I was able to listen to it while I was driving, while I was working, and all of that, and I did like the book. There were so many awesome things going on in the book that was not included in the movie, and I'm kind of seeing why the movie flopped, especially if you are a fan of the book series. I was talking it over with my friends, and franchises are just such money makers, but the Beautiful Creatures franchise flopped. I mean, they barely broke even on the box office with the budget. They definitely should have included a lot of things that happened in the books. I am very excited to move on to Beautiful Darkness. I did reserve it on Libby, but just did not get through it because I started doing other books. My TBR was all jacked up, you guys. I ended up returning it just in case somebody else wanted to listen to it, and then I'll revisit it in March or maybe April. I did finish The Mistake, the second book in the off-campus Elle Kennedy series. I liked it. I didn't like it as much as I liked The Deal. Hannah and Garrett are just a more exciting couple to me than Grace, and I can't even tell you what his name is. Forgot it. Logan. Grace and Logan. So I liked Hannah and Garrett's story better. For The Mistake, what I didn't like about it was that I just felt like the punishment didn't fit the crime. I feel like she kept him waiting a little bit longer than I would have in my life, but hey, maybe that's my issue. Maybe I let people off too easy. All in all, I thought it was like a 3.5 stars. I really did enjoy it. I just didn't enjoy it as much as The Deal. I also listened to Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez on audiobook on Libby. And I know I did it out of order, so it is part of a series where it's Part of Your World and then Yours Truly, and I actually read them reverse, which is totally fine for me because you get to know what happens to the side couple of the story because you read their main story first, if that makes any sense. Or you read I don't know what I'm trying to say. So when I was reading Yours Truly, the second book, the characters in Part of Your World were already established and they were side characters of Yours Truly. And then reading Part of Your World second, the couple in Yours Truly was already established and everything before I finished or while I was reading Part of Your World. So my anxiety was kind of cured about the stories. But both books were 5-star reads for me. They were so hilarious, so relatable. The language was like exactly how me and my friends talk. Abby Jimenez, I'm reading everything she writes. So I currently have The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez on reserve with Libby. I'm just waiting for it to get released to me. I completely changed my TBR. It went from finishing the entire off-campus series and the Beautiful Creature series and replacing it with kind of reading the off-campus series, listening to Abby Jimenez books, an audiobook. And then I also started at the end of the month, The Quiet Tenant, which everybody is raving about on TikTok. So I will finish that in March because I'm already 30% into it. So I know I'm going to finish that this month as well. That kind of segues us into the March TBR because, as I stated, I'm going through the off-campus series. I'm going to be finishing The Score. I am about 2 chapters into this book. I'm going to finish this probably within the next week or so. So that's my other book for TBR. We're going to carry over that off-campus series into this month. I also have the other books in the series, The Goal and The Legacy. I'll be attempting to finish this in the month of March. Again, maybe I might be a little too ambitious, but hopefully I can get these done as well. My goal was to then move on to the Briar U series, which is, I believe, just like off campus, a 4 or 5 book series at the same college from off campus. But I went to Half Price Books and I bought Icebreaker and Wildfire by Hannah Grace because BookTok raves about these books. I'm hearing that both of these have spice, have great storylines. One is definitely a hockey romance, which if you're reading the off-campus series or have read it, then you know they're hockey romances. So I'm kind of carrying over that same theme. But even the thriller girlies on BookTok loved Icebreaker and they're like starting Wildfire. And they were like, this is a 5-star read and it's a romance. I cannot believe it. I'm a thriller girly and I'm reading this. So I know I better enjoy this. As I stated, I'm going to start the Briar U series. These are the first 2 books in the Elle Kennedy Briar U series, The Chase and The Risk. I'm going to try to get through all these books in the month of March. I don't know if I can. There's so many shows. Like, I'm a Vanderpump Rules girly. I'm also watching Love is Blind. I have shows that I'm watching. And again, I just get really sleepy. I work out at 5 a.m. sometimes, so I go to bed early so that I can wake up. I'm super busy at work, so my audiobook game is so slow. I feel like this big stack of books that I just went through, I don't know if I'm going to get through them, but I certainly will be trying. If you watched my other video, then you also know that I bought this book because I wanted to start reading more Black and Brown readers, and I didn't even start it. I know I'm going to love it. It's just like a little romance book and the synopsis is great. I'm going to try to read this in either March or April, but we'll see. I bought this book months ago and honestly I got it because it was cute and it's on Reese's book club list. So I was like, okay, I have to read this. I read the first chapter and then fell asleep, but only because I was tired. So this is also on my TBR. Again, might carry over into April, but we shall see. Do not make fun of me. I am a huge Selena Gomez fan. I found this book. It's actually kind of long. It has like illustrations of her life. Look at her Barney. I'm like, I'm reading this. Don't make fun of me, but I'm definitely reading it. I also tried to listen to Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan, and I got 20% in, and this was in February, and started listening to Abby Jimenez and overwhelmed myself, and I was just flying through other books because the climax or the excitement in the book of Before I Let Go isn't like, it's not front loaded. I feel like all the good stuff like you find out later on. And the way my life is so busy, like I need to get to the point. I need to get to the juice. I need to get to the spice. I need to get to the drama quick. Or at least I need to be laughing. There was like so many people waiting for it on Libby and I felt so bad for them. I released it early so that other people can read it and or listen to it because it's audiobook, and then I put it back on hold to like give myself more time to read other things. It's on the list whenever I get that back. I also just got Yellowface released to me. My friend Lindsay could not recommend it more. I reserved it and got on the waiting list for Libby. I'm going to be listening to that. I just got it released to me yesterday. So as soon as I finish The Quiet Tenant, I'm going to go right into Yellowface. That's my TBR. Very unorganized. Just know that I'm overwhelmed with my TBR because I am falling behind and I'm also getting distracted by other recommendations on TikTok and YouTube. So I start like putting other books in front of the books I wanted to prioritize to begin with. I'm just all over the place. We'll see what happens next month, and I'll update you guys throughout the month, maybe do some shorts of the books that I finish. And thank you for watching. Let me know what you're reading.